13. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. First play's a run with Nwangu. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. He'll drop to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. It's going to be out on the 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Well, the Vikings had 8-3 now. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have, as they get it behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Packers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's taken in by the tight end.
Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And that's not the half of of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And he's going to have the Packers first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series. They run again with Dillon. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Tell me I didn't just see these first 2 possessions. I mean, is this one of those cases of anything you can do, I can do
better?
Maybe not better, huh?
Worse?
Yeah, just a little bit. Very sloppy start. I think maybe a case of the nerves for both teams.
And now we're back to an even playing field. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long. How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
They'll get this to the wonder. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a handoff to Chandler. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. He'll look to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Za'Darius Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. The play-action fake, they'll look to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The sack by Ronald Darby coming from the corner.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
Now Chandler. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Up the middle, Nwogu. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. And his kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are still in search of their first points of the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. So no gain on the play, and that will bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll go with the option. Coming right. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
Get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach and probably his agent, too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You talking about tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. Well, that was pretty obvious. He didn't let him catch it.
Agreed, and what's hard is you make that long run downfield to try and cover it, but you got to locate the football as well.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. Now it's Nwangu, and he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A gain of 3, second down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he will have the Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they built that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here's Chandler on 2nd down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Rager catches it left side. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. He'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Got Dobbs over the middle. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up second down. They'll set up a throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. A good pickup there, 22.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Caught on the right side by Jones. They called it no gain there on the first down play. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense is probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He'll fire it deep for Rager, and that is incomplete.
These are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick if indeed they end up trying one.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Here's Chandler. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, Bob?
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And now we get into the second to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode. Really try to put the hammer down.
Now he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Kene Nwangu, his first touchdown on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. Still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
First play of the drive there is incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jalen Reagor from 4 yards out. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnover. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Another rundown for Nwangu. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Catch number 44 now of the year. It's a first down.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on third down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it first and goal.
They'll drop to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. Drop back. It's a fumble return. A scoop and score for the Vikings. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
he's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
23 yards on the tuck and run.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there, because to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make the...
And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Dean Lowry, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
2nd and 15. And his throw here is incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, you're the offensive line. You're big concerned protecting your quarterback, even a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll look to throw here. Touchdown, Packers. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Brian Johnson now for the extra point. And the lead is down to 24.
Makes the score Vikings 34, Packers 10.
Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Packers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a two-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You got to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, in that type of throw, in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. He'll look to throw. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Vikings are going to take over here up near the 40. The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. They'll set up to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. Keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw again. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. That's complete to Dobbs. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 16. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. They run it with Chandler. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And here's Ryan Wright now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
They're going to look to throw. Left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into?